Okay. Says we're live.
Here, let me make sure.
It always says it, but are we really?
Yep, it's showing live for me.
Okay. I'll get it. Oh, come on. Oh, it's not going to show the I'm on my channel. I'm like, where is it? It's not going to show it. Oh, wow. Okay. Share, copy. This always takes forever. Okay. Link. There it is. Goodness gracious. Post. Share. Okay. Okay. So when you pop in, say hello. Hello, Josh. Did you read this book? Because last month he was like, was it last month he didn't read?
Yeah, he didn't read this one either.
That's okay.
I know, he's slacking.
That's okay. What did we read last month?
The Firefighter.
Right.
What was it called? Sky something?
Fight? Was it Fight?
Yeah.
I have it.
I need to get the physical books because I love the covers.
So the author, she sent out an email saying that she had some that were like misprints or whatever. So she was selling these on her Etsy for like $9. And then like she went and signed them.
Oh, that's so nice.
And she sent a bookmark with it.
That's awesome.
And I can't tell where the misprint would be. Like I can't see it, so I was like, oh, sure. Yeah. Well, it wasn't like, I know it wasn't your favorite, but like I enjoyed reading it, and I just wanted them for the covers anyway.
Yeah, the covers are just so good. I liked the other two.
I know, you finished.
Yeah, I did.
I did not go forward. It's
the other two were so good, though.
I mean, I will read them. I just,
if you say so.
I know. I'm a lot of talk. It's fine. Okay. Let's see. If you're still hopping on, say hello so we know that you're here.
Yes.
While we just wait a few more minutes. Paige just got done the book.
I literally just finished it. Like I was cutting it close, you guys.
So I'm hoping she remembers like everything I don't, because it's still fresh in her brain.
Yeah. The only thing is, I feel like my notes are not organized in any way. I was just like, as things were happening, I was just like, oh my God, this happened. Oh my God, this happened.
Yeah. I felt like as the book got on, I feel like, so when I was reading reviews, a lot of reviews were like, oh, this is the beginning so long. Like it drags on in the beginning. And I kind of felt that.
Yeah, I agree. Hi, welcome.
Hey, glad you could finally make one.
Yes.
Did you end up reading the book? If not, it's totally fine. We will spoil it, but it's fine.
Yeah. We're going to get into everything.
I don't feel like this is a book like you have to read. Like if it was one where I was like, this is amazing, you have to go read it, then I would be like, don't watch. But again, alas, this isn't a new favorite.
No, it's not a 5-star, that's for sure.
No, and I don't know if I'm ever going to find one.
It's just...
Okay.
That's good.
Maybe we're just terrible pickers. We just don't pick.
We're not doing good this year so far.
Well. I feel like romances we do pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some things in here that I kind of think should have been a trigger warning, something.
Yes.
Yes. But again, I guess that's not as common in thrillers as romance.
Right.
So.
Which I understand. But yeah, there were a lot of things in this book that made me uncomfortable.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever read a thriller that's had a trigger warning in the front.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm trying to think if Pretty Girls did when I read it.
Because I've heard that one's pretty gory, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in that, and I feel like, oh, now I want to look. I know it's on, or it was on Kindle. Oh, I should still have it on my Kindle, so I downloaded it.
Yeah.
Pretty Girls. Okay, let's see. Okay.
I feel like there are definitely things that she could have put in the trigger warnings that weren't spoilers, but I feel like still, I don't know.
Yeah, there's none in that one either, and I feel like there should be a.
Yeah.
Definitely for that, but yeah, there was. It's fine. You can still watch. Like it's. Yeah, it wasn't terrible. Like okay, I guess we'll just get into it.
Yeah, we're just getting right.
Okay. Who I feel like I think it's my turn to do the synopsis, I think you did it last month. Okay. Can you remember people's names? It's fine. Once I read books, I kind of forget characters' names. But okay. So this book is following Amy. She's not the host. I guess she's kind of the host of the book club. It's at her house, but it's her best friend's book club. And she's getting everything ready, and this person comes, knocks on the door. She doesn't know who it is. She says her name is, what is it? Angelique?
Angelica Rue?
She names her Rue.
Yeah,
Rue's like the nickname. And she's never met her. She doesn't know who she is. She comes to the book club. Didn't read the book. Didn't nothing. She's just new in town. Mm-hmm. And kind of steals the book club away. Like everyone's fascinated with the new person. And drinks start being had. And as people go off at night, there's only a couple left. And Rue was like, hey, let's play a game. Let's play Never Have I Ever. And the main character's like, in her brain, let's not, because I don't like tell people. She's like, I'm going to win this game, and I don't want to win because of what's happened in the past. Mm-hmm. And the book just kind of takes off from there. Like, Rue kind of just, like, inserts herself into Amy's life and just, like, will not leave until, like, I don't want to say any spoilers yet. We'll get there. But she knows something about Amy, and she's not leaving until Amy pays.
Yeah.
Either with money or with, like, losing everything in her life. So that's the premise of the book. Mm-hmm. So where should we begin?
Well, I think it's not even, I wonder why she called it Never Have I Ever, because technically that's not even the game that they play.
No, what was it? It was like, tell us the worst thing you've ever done.
Yeah.
And like this today. And then it was like, tell me the worst thing you've done this week and then this month. And she's like, well, if we keep playing, like if we go to like to years, I'm going to win because what this, yeah.
Yeah. And then it cuts to like a flashback to when she did the worst thing.
Yeah. So right in chapter 2, we find out like what the main character's secret is. Like when she's a teenager, she was driving a car at night with a friend, and she ended up killing the person in the car. She hit a car and killed the driver. And it happened to be someone that she knew, a family that she babysat for, and the 2 youngest ones were left, the 2 kids. Mm-hmm.
You win. You win the game.
We all win. We all win. We all had to read that book.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was brilliant.
At least this wasn't that bad.
No, this was not Sovereign level.
No.
But I think she's very hard on herself. Which I think, if you're 15, 16 and that happens, you're gonna be. But I think also, like, her parents didn't help the situation. Because her parents were like, brush it up, like, we're gonna get you the best lawyers. You weren't driving, like, shut up, you weren't driving. Yeah. And she like almost got, I feel like she heard it so often that she was like, actually like, was I not driving? Maybe I wasn't. Maybe I was like,
yeah.
Thinking,
because she really didn't remember at first.
Yeah. So, plus she was like under the influence. So, like,
Mhm.
I can see where she would be like, "Well, maybe I wasn't driving, maybe he was, maybe I just grabbed the keys," and
Yeah.
so, yeah, that's her big secret. Well, then she goes, "That's not the worst thing I've done." So what I am did I miss, like, what the worst thing she's done?
No, all well, actually, there is a plot twist later, but I think in the first, like, quarter of the book,
Yeah.
then because I think when she first tells us the worst thing, it was the accident was the
Yeah.
worst thing, but then the really worst thing was not revealing that she actually remembered that she was the one driving.
Okay.
So
Okay.
then her friend Tig was the one who went to jail instead of her, and she got to go off scot-free
Yeah.
or whatever.
Which Tig seemed to be perfectly fine with. Like,
Yeah, they
he
ended up
was
having their own little moment, like
yeah. He did not
yeah.
care that he went to jail, like, he got his little hand tats,
Yeah,
and it helps him with the ladies.
yeah, he's living life.
Yeah, so, I mean, yeah,
Because
he did
honestly,
not
like,
do
does it really matter who was driving? Like
I don't know. I guess not. I mean, they were both underage.
yeah.
I don't know if they would have considered them, like, technically adult age to like, if any no, because he said he did he get tried as an adult or tried as a
I don't
oh, I
think they
can't
tried
remember.
him as an adult.
What did he get? Did he get how many years?
I think it was only, like, 3 years.
I can't remember. You just read this, you should remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that 3 years is in my mind, and I'm pretty sure he
Okay.
mentioned juvie at some point
Yeah.
in his
Okay.
story, so I
I
don't
yeah.
know. Because really, like, even if the other was driving, the other one still let the other one drive
Yeah.
in that state. So, like, does it really matter who was driving? I don't know. I
I
feel
don't
like
yeah.
nowadays, if this case were to happen in real life, I feel like they would both get in trouble.
Oh, yeah, because, like, you would have been, like, what do they call it? Like, an accomplice or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. But she had but I get because she had the money and her parents
Oh, true.
were
Mhm.
wealthy, like, the lawyers were able just to pin it all on him,
Yeah.
but
So, yeah, you
so,
write all this out, like, by, like, 30%.
yes, and I'm like, "Okay, well, then where's this book gonna go?"
Yeah.
Because we know the twist, or what would be the twist in most other thrillers.
Yeah. Yeah.
True.
That
Yeah,
that is true
because
too.
she was like, "I can't go to sleep on that bed with him. Oh my
Uh-huh.
gosh.
Not the mattress.
What if something happens?"
Yeah. Even though that was, like, all she wanted.
Yeah. She's like, "No." She's like, "Food.
Yeah.
I need food. We gotta go."
Yeah.
Oh, but she was young, 15, 16. Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
So we get that part of the book, and then it just kinda you just kinda go with the story, like, Rue keeps coming in and out of her life, um,
Rue was
and
just,
we
like, the
finally
biggest pot stirrer to ever
she
exist.
was. She was into everyone's business, and she knew everyone's business.
Yes.
And that was just, like, her thing, that's just what she did, she moved I mean, you'll find out, like, as the story goes on why she kept moving around a lot, but she would just, like, find out about people and,
Mhm.
she was, like, either so when she goes to I think she comes to her house because she was like, "Amy, you're gonna come to my house the next day, and we're gonna talk," and I don't think Amy does,
Mm-mm.
or and she finally goes, Rue goes to Amy's house, and she's like, "I know who you are, I know what you did, and I know that you have so much, like, 240? I feel like it's 240,000
Yes.
left in the bank, and she's like, "I want that much money, or I'm gonna tell everyone that you killed this woman." And
Mhm.
I'm really thinking, is it the worst thing to tell everybody? Like,
That's part of me was thinking that, but then, like, I feel like I was a bad person, like, that's
no,
it?
I would be like, "You know what? Go ahead.
Yeah,
Just go ahead and tell them."
do it.
Like, 'cause you're not taking my money. Is
Yeah,
that petty? I'm like, "Don't take my money." But no,
that's
it's
a lot
like,
of money.
yeah, but I mean, at the same time, I'm just like, "Just go ahead." Like, what is it gonna, you know, if they're not gonna be in my life because of a mistake I made when I was 15, 16, then maybe I don't want that person in my life anyway. And I get it. Like she had a marriage and a kid and a step kid and Charlotte, and we'll get to Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Yeah. But as we learn more and more about Rue finally comes out and she's like, well, not only do I know that you killed this person, but I know you killed this person because I was there. So it's not like she even just like knew about the wreck. She's like, I was there.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, how was this person there? Like there was, yeah. Charlotte was, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Charlotte. We'll get to Charlotte and why she didn't want Charlotte to know her secret. But I was thinking, so when I found out, okay, she knows, but like she's like, I saw it happen, which was a lie, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But so we kind of figure out, I think she goes back to town to try to figure out like where she was standing when the wreck happened, like how could she see the wreck and all this stuff. And then finally she just goes to Rue and she's like, I think she says, I'm not going to give you the money or whatever. And then Rue's like, well, I know the reason why I know that you killed those people was because I'm, what is it? What's her name? Lottie?
Yeah.
Lolly? Is it
Yeah,
Lolly?
the daughter of the woman she killed.
Yes, Mrs. Shipley. I just know I just know like the last name was Mrs. Shipley. And she's like, I'm the daughter that was in the car when you killed my mom. And at first I was like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
plot twist. I was
Makes
like,
sense.
and then we get hit with the no, you're not because Lolly's dead. And I was like, oh, another plot twist. So Rue did not do her due diligence, which is another thing that bugged me. I'm like, she didn't research that, but she researches like everything else.
Yeah.
And she knows about everyone in town and all their business, but she couldn't look to make sure that the person she was pretending to be was like still alive.
Yeah, I think the author was kind of using that to show that like Amy could outsmart her in a way because like clearly she is like in a rush. Like it was clear that Rue like
True.
jumped the gun with this new lead of Amy.
True. I mean, that's true because she did just like find out from Tig.
Yeah.
Previous, and then like she only had a short time to like get here, and so maybe that makes sense. But yeah, we find out
what convinces Amy to like try and like play her at her own game a little bit and not just like give up the money right away.
Yeah, because she wants to figure out like how she can beat her without giving her the money.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think also there was Rue's son. We didn't even mention Rue has a son. Rue has a son,
Luca,
named Luca, who becomes friends with her stepdaughter, Amy's stepdaughter in the book. And Amy is a diver. She likes to dive, do all that fun stuff. And it kind of comes into play to where like eventually Rue's like, I'm not taking my eyes off of you. Like I'm watching you until you give me the money. So to like cover up for why she's always at Amy's house, like Amy has to give her son diving lessons and things like that. So I assume that she didn't want to like completely ruin Rue because of the son.
Yeah.
I think that was a big thing.
For sure.
But yeah, a son, as I say. Because, oh my. We'll keep going with the direction of the book. Okay, so we find out she's not Lolly.
Mm-hmm.
However, we do find out that Lolly happens to still be alive. And they're all talking, which I think Rue finds out because Rue is the one that kind of brings up the nickname. She's like, oh, my family used to call me Leaky or whatever. Yeah. And Charlotte's like, oh, I couldn't say a name, so they called me Lolly or Lottie? Is it a T or
yeah?
So
her name was Charlotte.
Uh-huh.
And they wanted to call her Lottie, but she couldn't say it, so she would say Lolly.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, you've read it sooner than I have. So we find out that Charlotte, who is Amy's best friend, is none other than the real Lolly who was in the car accident when she was 15, 16. And she's the one who lost her mother.
And Amy knew.
Amy knew. Yep. So while she said that, so she was like, yeah, Lolly's dead, because in her mind, she was like, this is Charlotte. Those are two completely different people.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she knew, and she wants to keep the money because she feels like if anything ever happens in Charlotte's life, she should be the one to take care of her financially or just support.
Yeah.
Because of what she did when she was younger. So that was another twist, which was nice. I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, that was my favorite part of the book, honestly.
I like that. But still, Rue is unsatisfied and still wants her money. And she wants that money. And I can't let it go. How we get from... Oh, right. So I'm trying to remember like where we get from... Yeah, okay, see?
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I really believed that she had died.
Well, yeah, because of the way she had, again, like why we wouldn't think anything. Oh, that. Yeah.
Yeah, she totally got me with that.
That was a good one. So we get the information that she is Lolly. And I'm trying to think how we get to her figuring out Rue's story, but I think all in all, it's like she just...
Okay, I'm trying to think of how to word it. Basically, she was still adamant about like trying to like figure everything out.
Yeah, like
but then she realizes that the way to do it is through her stepdaughter, because the stepdaughters have gotten really close with Luca, Rue's son. And then I think it kind of gives her a wake-up call because she realizes the lengths that she would go, and it kind of like freaks her out.
Yeah, she's like, I'm gonna have to blackmail this girl. I'm gonna...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's like, why? Like, why would I do that? So she decides that she's not going to do that. And I think she was still going to try something else. But
yeah.
But then they go diving.
Yes. And I still don't believe that she was just reaching for a gold piece. I was like, what is she doing? Because like when they go diving,
like, is she planning this?
Yeah, like I don't know. I was like, did she really... I knew she wasn't going to die, but I was like, what's going on? Because I just felt like it was just a move that she would do. But when they're diving and everyone goes down, comes back up, except for Rue. So she has to go down, save her life. And as she's saving her life, she's up out of the water, and Rue's like, this changes nothing.
It's not over.
You will pay me. And somehow, some way, she is talking with her stepdaughter, and her stepdaughter kind of lets it slip that Rue and Luca were from Seattle, that he has a girlfriend, because she was like, hey, because that's right, I forgot all about, because she had caught Luca and her stepdaughter downstairs in a compromising position. Well, no, it's not compromising, but like it was something that she wasn't expecting to see. Hi,
Lori.
It's okay, Lori. We're glad you could make it.
Yes.
So she... Yeah, did you... Okay, before we go any further, did you read the book? Because we are spoiling stuff now.
Yeah, we're already in the spoilers.
I don't know how not to when we're doing a thriller. It's really hard. Okay, good. She read it. Okay.
Okay, good.
So there is a part in the book where she is like, she gets the keys out of like Luca's pants pocket. And she's like, I'm going to go to their house and snoop. So while she's gone, she's snooping. And when she's there, she finds like the stash. She finds the gun. She finds the money. She finds passports and all of this stuff with like different names on it. And then when she goes back home, she goes downstairs to the basement and she takes a little peeky peek, and she sees Luca and her daughter, he's petting a kitty. He's petting the kitty, and and she's like, "Oh, okay, that's we're gonna have to talk about that." And of course, she tells her husband, and her husband's like, "I don't want to know about this." He's like, "Do I have to go kill that boy?" So she knows that like her stepdaughter is like probably, falling for this boy head over heels. And she goes to talk to her about it, and she's like, "Oh, we can't be anything because Luca's got a girlfriend back home." And then she lets it slip out that back home is Seattle. So she's like, okay, I got some information. And when she goes to tell Rue, she's like, "Hey, I'm not doing this. You can go ahead and tell people I'm not giving you the money." Rue decides to, instead of destroying Amy's life, she's going to destroy Charlotte's life instead. And she goes and tells Charlotte that her husband has been cheating on her, and that when she goes over to Amy's house, and Amy's like, "Oh my gosh," she knows because she's crying. She's like, she knows that I'm the one that did it, but it wasn't. She was actually crying because like they're going to get divorced because because Rue was like, "Hey girl, your man's cheating. He's a cheat sheet." Probably not like that, but I am paraphrasing.
Probably.
Yeah, he's a cheat sheet,
Yeah.
And so she goes back to Charlotte's house that night to kind of take care of her. And when she's sleeping, Charlotte's sleeping, she goes to her old computer and she's like digging. She's like, "I got to find something." So she starts putting in Seattle, Luca's name, all this stuff, missing kids. And then finally she gets on a website that has his picture, but the name is Ezra and not Luca. So she puts in Ezra, missing child, and then it comes to a website like fully dedicated to him. It's like, "Have you seen Ezra.com or something like that." And come to find out that he was kidnapped by Miss Rue.
Yep.
And we don't technically when that happens, she's like, she calls Ezra's mom. She's like, "Hey, I've seen, they're here in Florida." And she goes to Charlotte's house to make sure she's still home because the mom on the other line's like, "Hold up, I'm calling the police. I know someone down there. They'll be there soon." So she goes. So she's like, "Okay." And now we're going over to Rue's house, and she looks in the window, and she sees Rue, and she sees Luca, and
stuff's happening.
Nothing good is happening, which is where the trigger should be in place in a book. But again, I guess thrillers don't do triggers, but just it doesn't go into like too much detail because we're seeing it through the eyes of her,
right?
So it's not like anyone's giving full detail, but you know what's happening. So turns out I cannot remember who she was to the family. Who was
she? Just lived in the same neighborhood, so he was going door to door to get money for mowing lawns.
Right, that's what it was.
Yeah, so he was just mowing her lawn because he was only 13 at the time.
Yes, because this whole book we thought he was like 16, 17 because he was driving.
Yep.
So yeah, he's very young, and he would keep going to her house. She would buy him these expensive gifts. And then what makes her take him? His
father.
Father. Yep. He was
an abusive father.
Nice. He just kind of took him.
Yeah.
And they've been, I guess she's been doing this thing all over the country.
Yeah.
Of blackmailing people for money.
Mm-hmm. And in Ezra's mind, he was doing it to like run away. So he didn't even see it as being kidnapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think he really probably cared for her.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he didn't understand.
He didn't understand.
Like, this is not right.
Yeah. So sad.
That's the part. Rue was all kinds of felons.
All kinds.
Yes. All kinds.
Mm-mm.
She was quite the character. She was. So we got the book. We're at the end, and she runs in. And she's like, Rue, I know what you're doing. I know who you are. The police are coming. And she's like, Rue's like, whatever. Luca, get your stuff. We got to go right now. You got 90 seconds. She was like, 90 seconds. Let's go. Get your stuff. You know what to pack. Let's go.
Yeah.
And at the end, there's a brawl between her and Amy. Amy gets shot, but Luca gets out. And I feel so bad because like she can hear the cops out there saying, "Get down, get on the ground." I'm like, he's traumatized enough, people.
Yeah, poor Luca.
But there's
or Ezra,
okay,
I should say.
Ezra and Luca. You know, we can call him either, I guess. But right before, like, cause she's like laying on the ground, Amy, she's like bleeding out, and then good old Rue comes over, stands up, or they both stand up, and she goes, "You know what, Amy?" And Amy's like, "I don't care."
Oh.
But you know, I kind of wanted to know. I wanted to know.
It wouldn't have been anything.
Oh, but I would have liked to know. I'm just nosy.
Yeah.
And then the book ends with Ezra. He's now Ezra. Ezra's mom coming to pick him up.
Mm-hmm.
They're all saying their goodbyes. And he gives Maddie a kiss, like her first kiss.
Yeah.
Is that, and I think that's kind of it, right? Like no one ever knows her secret.
Mm-mm.
She doesn't tell anybody. She is good to keep her secret and her $240,000 that she's going to use to help Charlotte with the divorce.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's a happy ending.
That's like the story. I feel like I don't know why I said the whole thing I did not mean to like take it over and just
No, but that's kind of how the story felt.
It's just kind of. Yes, she actually got away with murder
twice.
Oh, she beat the system.
Yep.
But yeah, that's it. She wanted to dive, and like as soon as she got out, like as soon as she woke up, she's like, "How long can I dive until I can dive again?"
Yeah.
And that's like, I think that's how the book ends. They're diving, and she just kind of like leaves it all at the bottom of the ocean, like all the Rue stuff, all the stuff with Charlotte. But yeah, that's kind of. So, your thoughts? I don't know why I just kind of ran with it.
That's how I felt. Yeah, I don't even know how to rate this because there were parts of her writing style that I liked.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't think it was bad writing or anything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I do agree with people in reviews that like the first half of this book just drags on.
So slow at the beginning.
If it was like 100 pages smaller or shorter, because it's in paperback, it is 385. So I feel like if it was 285, I kind of feel like it would have been like,
yeah, the pacing would have been better.
Yeah, instead of just like a whole 100 pages of like filler. But
yeah, because I feel like there was a big chunk between when she had the flashback scene and when she basically realizes that, okay, the only reason why she knows all this stuff is because she had to have talked to Tig. Yeah. That's the only way that she could know. So I feel like there was so much stuff between when she reveals everything and when she goes to see Tig. I feel like all that stuff could have been cut out.
Oh, yeah.
And then it would have been fine. Because
she doesn't really find out, like, oh, it had to have been Tig until she finds out that she was like, oh, I'm Lolly. And then she's like, no, you're not, because she's dead. She's like, so you have to find out, you've had to know some other way. So that's a lot of filler.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have made a big difference if she would have just cut that part out.
I think so. I can't remember how much of it is, but
because I think there's even time after she finds out it's not Lolly. I think that happens pretty early on. And then I think there's still stuff, and then she goes to the town And then she
Yeah.
realizes that there wasn't a house there or whatever. Like, all, you know what I mean? Like, why do
Yeah.
we need that?
Girl, okay. So there's Tig. So yeah, it is almost a good 100 so pages of her just like nothing.
Yeah.
Doing
I just
nothing.
didn't get why we need that.
Yeah. But like so like you said, like I didn't mind the writing. But yeah, if it was like 100 pages shorter,
Yeah. It was just
I
the
think the
pacing.
pace would have been better.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you gonna rate it?
I
What
don't
did
know.
everyone else rate it first? We'll get everyone else's
Yeah,
ratings.
you guys need to help because I don't really know. Tell us
I
your
have
thoughts.
an idea. I have an idea of what I want to rate it. It kind of hasn't changed since I've read it. So, and that was 4 days ago. I finished on 4 days, so it
Mm-hmm.
hasn't changed since then. But I want to know what everyone else rated it
Yeah.
because sometimes you guys change my mind.
It
I'm
definitely
like,
got better at the end, but I feel like
yeah,
if it wasn't a book club book, I probably would have DNF'd it just because
ooh, yeah, yeah,
there
it
were
dragged
parts that were hard to get through. Like, especially the flashback scenes with like the way she was like fat shaming and like, I don't
herself.
know.
Like,
Yeah.
and I get that her mom wasn't much help with that. We didn't even talk about that, like the whole like food thing and
Yeah. That was
um,
hard.
yeah. Okay, Lori says a 3.5.
Okay. I think
And
that's
to be
fair.
I think that's kind of where I landed when I finished the book. Was a 3.5. She did 3.
I feel like
Okay.
whenever I don't know, I lean towards a 3 because it's like kind of in the middle. Like, I wouldn't tell someone like don't waste your time,
Right.
but I wouldn't like strongly recommend it.
Yeah.
So I don't
Okay,
know.
so you say 3, but now you're reconsidering. Are you reconsidering it lowering it or are you considering it making it higher? Cuz that would be interesting to
Yeah.
know. I want to see what the average I think it was like a 3, honestly. The average is a 3.73.
Okay. She said
So,
not higher.
okay.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
3. This person says, this was a hard one to rate.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes sense. I do feel like as it goes on, I will probably forget things.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
Yeah, I agree. I loved all 3 of those characters.
yeah,
I think they definitely carried the story for me.
I thought they were really good. I liked that, and it was because with her husband being such a nice guy, and then her going to visit Tig, and like her and Tig having a moment. I'm like, hold on.
Yeah.
Your husband is very nice. He's like, um, it wasn't sovereign bad. I love how that's just the
Yeah,
way
that's
we
our
rate books.
new metric.
It's like, was it as bad as sovereign?
We've got Maestro and Dom at the top, Sovereign at the bottom.
I love Maestro so much. This time last year, I had already read Maestro, and I
Oh,
already knew it was going to be my book of the year, and don't have that feeling yet this year
no.
yet.
No.
It's
We
okay.
need it.
I will find my Maestro this year,
We need
maybe.
another Maestro.
Oh, I don't know, man. That book was so good. Okay, this review says this was a hard one to rate. On one hand, I didn't love this, but on the other hand, I was not expecting those plot twists. But because it shocked me, I feel like I had to give the 0.5 extra. I will say though, just because it shocked me doesn't mean I liked it. I don't know. It was fine, but meh.
That's so accurate.
Yeah.
That's so accurate.
So like that's kind of how I was feeling. I was like, yes, certain ones shocked me, but it doesn't mean that I liked the
Yeah,
book.
like,
So
I
I was
wasn't
like,
having a good time. I
yeah.
wasn't enjoying it.
But again, it was the length. I think if it was just shorter and the pacing was
Yeah.
a little faster. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if the pacing was better, I probably would have rated it like a 4-star.
Yeah. This one says, this was my first Joshilyn, I can't speak, Jackson book. I will say it took me some time to get into it. The second half of the book was much better, but I
Yeah.
didn't really love it.
Yeah.
So,
That pretty much I agree.
yeah. So, what are you going to rate it?
I think I'm gonna land on a 3.
Okay. I don't think that's bad. It was
Yeah.
just a okay book.
Yeah. Because it's not like I wouldn't recommend it, but like I'm not gonna like tell everyone to go read it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not going to be on a recommendations video.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think like who would be the right kind of audience to like recommend this to. I don't think if you're just getting into thrillers, it would be a good one because the pacing.
Yeah, I think it'd definitely be for someone who's already read a bunch of thrillers and they're tired of like the same old Freedom McFadden, really
Yeah. You
snappy.
know what? Sometimes though, Freedom McFadden, like I don't mind her because like
No, because at least it's like a nice quick read. There's stuff
yeah.
going on. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was actually thinking I need to read one of hers next month. So if they fit any of the prompts,
Yeah.
I don't get to pick my books next year. I meant next month. My sister, like I'm pulling prompts for my video, but my sister is picking the book from the prompt.
Oh my
So
god, that's so fun. Wait, for March?
yeah, we're
That's
gonna
so
film.
funny because I did the same thing with Josh.
I love it.
That is so funny.
Yeah, we're gonna film it tomorrow. So
Oh my
I
god,
don't
that's
know. Like
awesome.
the only book that I know for sure that I'm reading is our book club pick,
Uh-huh.
and then I did get an arc for Catherine Cowell's newest
Oh,
book.
nice.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've had an arc for every single one of those books in Sparrow Falls, and I like that series.
I need to read it still.
You haven't read it?
No, I read the other one that she wrote, The Whispers of You, Glimmers of
Ah.
You. I read that one.
I think
I
you'd like
know.
this one.
I know I'm gonna like it.
Yeah. I don't even you wouldn't even have to go in order if you wouldn't want to, like, because they can be read as standalones.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to think which one I think you would like the best. None of them are second chance yet, so.
Okay. Is there Friends and Lovers?
Yeah, well, honestly, I feel like they almost. So the first one is about our main girl who, when she was like 13, there was a fire at her home and everyone died but her. So
Uh-huh.
her best friend's mom took her in, and her mom is like a foster mom. She's got like two that are biological, and the rest of the whole family was foster kids. And her brother, which I can't remember his name, her foster brother for all purposes, has a construction company, and as they and the present time he is helping her rebuild the house that burnt down.
Uh-huh.
And the guy on his crew is a fire person, so he's like good with all that stuff, and he is an ex FBI profiler who falls
Oh.
for her, and he's a grump.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And there's also like a little mystery. There's always romantic suspense because it's
Yeah.
her. But like he has to stay over sometimes to make sure she's safe, and I like that one. It's not my favorite, but I like that one. And then book 2 is her friend, because she works at a nursery in town. So she loves flowers and everything. But the second book is her friend from that nursery, and she is on the run from an ex who was not that nice. And she is like lives in this little cabin by herself out in the woods, and her plumbing goes out of whack because she's been doing everything herself, like looking in live, like she doesn't have any social media, no nothing, no trace of her at all. And her friend from the first one, her brother, who's got the construction company, comes to fix her house.
Oh.
And something happens to where his house can't be lived in, so they share. So it's forced proximity.
Ooh, that sounds good.
And then the third book is single mom hockey player.
Okay.
And also forced proximity because she has to end up moving in with him because of her landlord's a butthead. But yeah, so that's that. So really it's whatever you kind of want to.
Okay.
They're all good.
Yeah.
But if you like kids, then you might like the single parent one more. But yeah, I like them. And this fourth book is the hockey team owner and another one of the foster sisters who's like on the run, trying to hide her identity, things like that. So Beautiful Exile, I think that's what it's called. I think. I'm not too sure. I can't remember the name.
I need to read it. I know I'm gonna like it.
I can't tell you anything because I still I can't tell you to read it because here I am, still haven't read books like I said I was gonna read.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say that, but
you can shame me. It's okay. I'm gonna do it. I will do it.
Okay.
This year. I have a goal of this year finishing that Dane Alliance series.
Yes.
Oh, my so Narrow and did I show you those books?
Yes.
The Mystic? Okay. Because I would get them, but they are all the way at the bottom of the pile right now. They came and Dom and Hans are on their way. They got shipped out. So I'm so excited to have the whole set.
Oh my god, they're gonna look so good.
I know. I don't know where I'm gonna put them. Put them somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, they need their own shelf.
Yes, they do. She introduces characters for the next series so that okay. I didn't know if all of her books are set in the same universe.
I think so, because even when I was reading the Whispers of You, whatever that series, I know there was one before then.
Yes.
And I feel like she was doing that.
Yeah, they're these books. I haven't read these books. I own them. Like the Tattered.
Yes. That's why I haven't picked up the new series, because part of me wants to read that series first and then read the new one. Because then maybe by then the new series will be done.
There's even more. She's got other series, but what is it? Sutter Lake? I have it.
Oh yeah, that new one with the
see this
van.
Did you see this in my book haul?
How to help
a hungry werewolf. So I was at BAM at the mall, and I just was looking for books, and I saw the title, and I was like, huh. So I pulled it out, and I was like, that's the cutest cover I've ever seen in my life.
Love look at the little raccoon.
So apparently he's the werewolf. She didn't know that she's a witch, and she's the only one that can kind of help him. He has to help her harness her powers so she can help him with a potion or something. But in the process, there is a strong mating bond that occurs, and they're kind of enemies, so they don't really like each other. And I was like, you know what? I don't read a lot of paranormal, but I'm going to give this a shot because it was the cutest little book. Okay.
I love that.
There it is. Oh, there's 2 series before Tattered and Torn.
What is Wrecked? I've seen Sutter Lake. What is Wrecked?
Hold on. I have one of the books.
And then, which is the one? What's the one that she just came out with? The Missing Pieces or whatever?
Too.
Oh my goodness.
So this is the Wrecked series. Yeah, this is Reckless Memory. I don't know if this is book 1. I think it is. And then, oh my gosh, I'm all over the place. But, oh yeah, Missing Pieces is down there. All the Missing Pieces.
Yeah, is that in a series or is that a standalone?
No, it's just standalone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll read that first.
Which a lot of people said is really good.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
with it being okay, yeah, so this is book 1 in that series. Oh,
I
there's
know
so
some
many
of them
books.
are free on Audible too.
Oh yeah.
It's either that one or the Sutter Lake. I can't remember which one, but I think those are free on Audible.
Sutter Lake is here. So, oh my gosh, I'll show you this one too, because you didn't get the chance to do the. I saw this one at Walmart, and I was like, I have to have this
at Walmart.
Yeah.
Dang.
So it's got like this. It's weird. Like, so this is like very smooth, but like this is kind of rough. And then like
what?
But I'm like, this looks so. I know it's not fall, and it's not going to be fall for quite some time.
No,
but it
it's
gave me fall
perfect
vibes.
for that.
And apparently, in this book, she falls for the wrong twin. They are twins, and she despises one, always liked the other, and then there's a mistaken identity, and then she soon discovers that, oh, he was the one I supposedly hated.
Oh,
yeah. And there's a map. There you go.
I love it.
I was like, I've never seen this book. I want it. So just jumped in my buggy.
You can't resist.
I think that, and then I did get like a Piper Rain book. They're Mafia. Oh, where? Yeah, it's somewhere. The Sutter Lake is somewhere here. Go,
I think those are the ones that are free on Audible.
Okay. Oh, here it is. Found it. Get back up there. I gotta put those books away.
Yeah, Beautiful Beginnings.
These. I think this is book 1. Beautifully Broken Pieces. It might not be. It could be.
Yeah.
But if they're all not really connected, but if they're all like the same kind of universe, there's just so much. I'm a slow reader. I'm not slow reader. I just get distracted. I'm like, oh, let me scroll on my iPad. Let me play this game while I'm reading. I really need to like get into audiobooks more, because I feel like I would just be able to like bang those out a whole lot quicker.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'd have to. So I've got like the book that I read, and then I will try to always get that. If it's physical, I always try to have it in Kindle form, so I can then like turn the light out, read my Kindle. So I feel like I need whatever I'm reading to be completely opposite of what I would listen to.
Yeah.
Then I'd get it.
That's what I usually do. Like if I'm reading like a sports romance, then my audiobook will be like a dark romance or like a fantasy or, you know, because otherwise it's too confusing.
Yeah. Oh God. Okay. So I guess we should talk about next month's book.
Yes.
Now we had a lot to. Okay. So
we were so indecisive.
Yeah. I was like, she had messaged me. She's like, so what are you thinking about next month's book? I was like, I have no idea. I was about to message you. And she's like, here, there's all these books that just came out. And she so what did you had, what were those new books that are coming out?
I actually have the physical copies because.
Okay. Hold on. I want to see it.
Because Josh got me the Kickstarter. It was on Kickstarter first, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's like this, and then it's like a 2-in-1 thing.
Okay.
So let's see if I can get them out. The covers are really pretty. But some of them are kind of, I don't know. I think, is this the one? So this is the one by Katie Robert. This one is like Red Riding Hood. They're all like fairy tale kind of retellings.
Yeah.
So this one is Little Red Riding Hood. And then you have this one.
Okay.
This one is. There's also art.
Oh.
This one is Papa Bear and Baby Bear.
What? Yeah. What does that mean? Oh, like legit, like the 3, like Goldilocks and the 3 bears?
I think so.
Oh.
I think so. Hold on. Where does it say?
Oh my goodness.
Where did I read it? Because it doesn't say it on the... Where did I read it? I must have looked it up online or something. Then you have this one by Sarah Kate.
Yes, I've been seeing that like everywhere.
Cinderella. And then this one.
Ooh.
I don't remember what this one is. They all have art, though. Here, let's see. What is this one? So, yeah, we thought about doing these, but then these are novellas. So then we'd have to pick 2.
Right.
And then I feel like that was the whole thing.
There was also something else. What else did you...
This is the Katie Robert one.
Ooh, yeah, that's a stalker, right? Kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, for those of you who are still interested in those books, they're called the Black Rose Auction. Okay, I'm looking up this Divine Intervention one because I need to know. Okay, Goldilocks remix. A witch must work with her ex's father and an angel to steal a magical chalice from the auction floor. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. Because I was going to say, oh, let's read the Katie Robert one.
Right.
But then we would also have to read that one. So I was like, I don't know if I'm up for that right now.
Well, you can, and you can let us know.
Yeah, I will report back.
What were the other ones? Let's see. We had
well, I also suggested something by Paisley Hope because she wrote the second book in that firefighter series.
That's right, you did.
And then I was really good.
And then I was like, well, also, Ashley Munoz just came out with her new book. And we read the first book in her motorcycle series last year.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, Paige read all of them because she's an overachiever.
They're so good.
I read book 1 and I enjoyed it. I just haven't continued. Well, I don't binge series. I don't know.
The good thing is you don't have to have read the series to read the new one.
Yes. So, I'm trying to find it here. I guess we should say that's the one we chose because we didn't say it. Yes. So we chose this one.
I love her covers.
My Darling Mayhem. I do too. Don't ever change them.
People on the covers.
So far, it has a 4.27 rating.
Oh.
There's 830 ratings. Now, is this set in the same world, though?
Yes.
Okay.
So he's from a different MC.
Okay.
In like New York or something. So her original series, all of them are set in Virginia.
Yeah.
Following the few clubs that are there. But he's in a club that's in New York. So he's like adjacent to them. And like he is featured in that series because he kind of like helps them out sometimes. But yeah.
Yeah, probably if you would have read on with the series, Katie, you would know this.
Well.
So it looks like he's a single father. No,
I think she's the single parent.
She's a single mother. Sorry, yeah. I didn't read far enough. Then my new neighbor moved in and ruined everything. Archer Green, not just a member of a motorcycle club, but the president. Okay, I'm sure I'm gonna like it. Like I like the other book, so. And everyone's given it like 5 stars, 4.5, 5.
Yeah. Ashley Munoz knows how to write motorcycle club romance. My stepmom even read her. She has an older one. I think it's just like a duet. That's motorcycle that I didn't even know existed. And she said those were also really good. So I think she's just like really consistent with the motorcycle club books.
What? Let's look those up.
I think it was like Glimmer, I think is the first book.
Okay, we got... Those are not it. We've got some that look like... Oh, okay. Glimmer. Book 1 in Finding Home. There's 3. 2? There's 2. Oh my gosh. You just said that. There's like wrong. There's like a 1.5. So I was like confused. Okay.
Yeah.
But she's got a lot.
I tried reading her... I think it was called Wild Card. It's like a secret society in a college, but it's
Yeah.
also like baseball.
I see that here.
That one was weird. I couldn't get into that one.
Yeah, so it's got a 3.81 rating.
Yeah.
So.
But
But
yeah,
these
her
other
Martha
ones
the Clubs are good.
I've heard of too, like her resisting the grump.
Oh yeah, I
I
hadn't read that one yet either.
love a grumpy man.
I think those are more like small town, right?
Yeah. It says deliciously fun small town romance full of hilarious antics and a grumpy recluse.
Mm. That's all
I
we
love a
need.
grump. Yeah, that's all I need. Okay, so for the book club will be that book. We just talked about 5,000 of them. Let me get the right one here.
We're jumping around so much.
This book right here.
Yes.
And it'll be on Paige's channel. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's March 27th. I think I looked. 7 o'clock on Paige's channel for that one. Yes. Yeah, it seems like this year it's thrillers are hitting my channel and romances are hitting. Yeah, because last year I think it was opposite.
Yeah.
So. Which is it's interesting because like I feel like sometimes we get different people. I think for the lives. Like some people may only want so it gets a chance to visit both.
Yeah, it works out well.
So let me know what you're reading. What are you reading right now?
I'm reading. Hold on. I don't have my Kindle next to me, so I'm just gonna pull it up online. It's a mafia rom-com.
Oh, really?
It's called A Love Most Fatal.
Huh.
I feel like once I show the cover, you're gonna recognize it because a lot of people were talking about it recently.
Okay, it looks familiar.
So she is the boss of the mafia because her dad was the one who was in charge and he only had daughters.
Oh, okay.
So now she's in charge of the mafia. And then he is her nephew's middle school math teacher.
Okay.
It is so funny. I just needed something that would make me laugh because it's been a rough week, y'all.
Oh, no.
I just need something that's like lighthearted that I don't have to think about, and this literally perfect. Literally perfect.
I am currently reading Rushed by Aurora Rose Reynolds. It's a little insta-lovey. It's a little insta-lovey. Okay. But it's only like 200 pages, so I feel like it kind of has to be.
At least it's quick.
But she and her fiance were set to go on like a couples retreat in Montana, and he breaks off the engagement. So she decides to still go, and on her way there, she meets this guy named Tanner, who they don't get along. He steals her parking spot, then he steals her table at the bar, and just lo and behold, who's the guy that's at this couples retreat and it's going to be like the wilderness, if it's him. And since she doesn't have a partner, she has to partner up with him. So far, it's really cute. It's really quick read. It reads fast. And I like all the other couples that are on the retreat too, because we have like this couple who we've got one who's like an older female and male. Then we have another couple who's two men, and they're like, "Girl, you need to get with him because he's cute." And then we have like the couple where it's an older guy and like a really, really younger girl, and she is getting on my last nerve because she just wants all the attention on her. And like she's like going up to him and it's like touchy feeling on Tanner, and I'm like, "Girl, back off! You got a man."
Come on now.
So, but yeah. So far I like it. And it's like it's book one in a trilogy. So his two best friends and him own this, I think it's called Live Life Adventures.
Okay.
For the other two friends are the other books.
That's
but they're all just like quick little reads. And I think this one was what was my prompt for this? Was this one nature on the cover? I think that's what it was. And I was like, that's nature.
Yeah,
There
I
we
was gonna
go.
say, I remember this from your TBR video. So good job
Yes.
reading something from your TBR.
Yes. I've done so well only reading books that have been. Did I read all my TBR? No. But
that's
all
okay.
the books that I read were from the TBR. So
that's awesome.
Yes, progress with my physical and my not so physical TBR.
Yeah.
I read so much faster on my Kindle. That's my problem.
I'm having the same problem because I finally got one of those like Kindle stands with the clicker. So now like that's all I want to do. Like hold a book, please.
Yeah.
Can't
Who
be
has
bothered.
time? Because like you can just like cuddle up under the blankets. None of your arms, like normally one arm would have to be out, so that's gonna get cold. No, get your clicker, put it all under, and just like,
yep. Yeah, I'm living in luxury now. They're still going back.
I get it. I get it. Oh, okay. Was there anything else we needed to discuss or anything before we left tonight? I think.
Did you say what you're gonna rate the book?
What?
Did you say what you're gonna rate the book?
I was gonna do like a 3.5.
Okay, 3.5.
Yeah, that's what I kind of landed on when I ended the book. Like I was like, it wasn't a 4.
Yeah,
and it wasn't like a. It was like it's very much a 3. Like the first part of the book is very much a 3, but for the twists, I will do like a 0.5.
Yeah,
but on Goodreads, I'm going to mark it as a 3. I'm not putting it up to a 4. I'm going to put it as a 3.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
I didn't like it that much to like boost this. I'm going 3.
Yeah. It's not a 4.
No. I don't know what's going to ever get to be a 5-star in our thrillers. I don't know.
I feel like we're going to have to do another Frida McFadden, I fear.
Dang, I can't help it. They're good. They're good.
They're like snappy. Like you're just like, yeah.
What did you call them? Like they're potato chip books. They're
yes.
Yeah.
I'm craving potato chips, I have to say.
And I have so many over there. I have, what do I have? I have the boyfriend. I have the inmate, the coworker. 1 by 1. Never lie. I think it was Never Lie.
Mm-hmm.
The Locked Door. Perfect Son. I don't have Ward D. That's the one everyone says was really good.
I really want to read The Inmate or The Boyfriend. I think those are the 2 that like I would read.
We can always pick one of those.
I'm down.
Yeah. Have you read Look Closer by David Ellis? I thought it was so predictable, but the twist got me. I read it in January. Ooh. No, I haven't. Look Closer. Let's look this up. David Ellis. It's got a 4.19 rating.
Okay, it says Simon and Vicky couldn't seem a more wealthy Chicago couple with a stable, if unexciting, marriage. But with these two, absolutely nothing is what it seems. When a beautiful socialite is found hanging in a mansion in a nearby suburb, Simon and Vicky's complex web of secrets begins to unravel. A whirlwind affair, a $20 million trust fund about to come due, a decades-long grudge, and an obsession with revenge. Both Vicky and Simon are liars, but just who exactly is conning who? Prepare to question everything you think you know in this wickedly clever novel of greed, revenge, obsession, and quite possibly the perfect murder.
Huh.
That does actually sound pretty good.
I have never heard of this.
Well, but you've already read it. Should we pick something that the people haven't read?
Yeah.
Maybe he has another one that's good.
Let's see. I'm looking like friends ratings. So we have 5-star, 4-star, 5, 5, 4. I mean, we can. I don't want to read the reviews because I don't want to be a spoiler. Don't spoil me. That's the same one I just looked at.
There's another one that he published called The Best Lies, and the male main character is a pathological liar who his fingerprints show up on a murder weapon and no one believes him. That's kind of interesting.
Oh, okay. Let me see. I just found it.
Oh, but he's also an attorney.
The Best Lies.
So he goes undercover with the FBI. And then, wait, I want to read this. Because it also mentions his ex, who's a former cop and the one who got away.
Oh, gosh.
Why does that sound messy and good?
Forced to walk a tightrope between an ambitious FBI agent and a cruel, calculating crime boss, Leo's trapped in a corner, but he has more secrets than anyone realizes, and a few more cards left to play. What did Josh say? Evidently, David Ellis is a judge and has co-written 9 books.
Huh.
I assume you just looked that up and you just don't have this like knowledge in the back of your brain.
With him, you never know.
I'm like, how did you randomly know that?
Look Closer does have a higher rating. That one's more like 4 point something.
Yeah,
And The Best Lies is like 3.92.
I wondered if because Look Closer came out in 2022 and this one just came out in July of last year. Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because it only has 4,000 ratings, whereas his other one has like 98,000.
I
don't know. It's definitely a contender.
Yeah, we'll probably just end up being like, we got this and this and this. What do you want? I don't know.
End up putting it like so random.
Yeah, like not like thought. So when we pick the books, sometimes it's like Paige will send me a picture of like books she has. She's like, "Hey, these are on my TBR."
Just pick one.
And then I'm like, let's do that because it's on my Kindle. You know, like
yeah.
I hate to like I don't want to like the facade of it is this big thing that we go into picking books. It's really not.
No.
We're just like it's usually like a week before we have our live show and we're like, so have you thought about next month's book?
Yeah. And the answer is usually no.
No, because I'm good with anything really. Like I don't think there's ever been a time where like either of us have been like, yeah, this is the one. Like we're just gonna pick it. Like we're gonna read.
Yeah.
We just kind of give each other ideas and we're like, well, this is good. I don't really like this past month. I was like, I'm good with anything. And then I sent her the Ashley one and she's like, yeah, let's do that one. So I was like, okay. Because I was good with any. I was like, I really have no preference.
Exactly. Although now I kind of want to read a Catherine Cowles book, but you're going to have to read The Ark.
We can read, I don't mind if you want to read a Catherine Cowles, we can read a Catherine Cowles. I don't know which one you would want to start with.
I don't know. Maybe for, well, I guess March. For May, we could pick a Catherine Cowles book, maybe?
Yeah, it would be May.
That's so weird to think about, that we're already thinking about May.
Right. It's funny, because I know some book clubs on here, they'll be like, they have the whole year.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you should do that at some point. Be like, let's just go ahead and plan out our year.
I don't know.
But we're just like the week before, hey.
Because I think we're such mood readers. Like if we pick something now for like June, we're gonna be like, no, I don't want to read that anymore. What are we thinking?
We have to pick when it's so close that it's like there's minimal chance of us changing our minds.
Exactly.
I don't know. I still would like to read a Frida at some point. I still might try to fit it in.
Yeah.
Next month if
they're just so bingeable.
Yeah. I don't know it's like giving me anxiety because I don't know what I'm reading next month. Because I'm not allowed to pick. Now, have you already filmed yours with
Yes.
Josh? Mm-hmm. Okay. How did it go? Was it okay?
It went pretty good. We actually also kind of did like a phone a friend thing where his sibling also picked 2 books.
Okay.
So we still did 8 total. So we did it to where like I had to pull 2 prompts from the jar and then he
Yeah.
picked based on the prompts. And then we did 2 where he gave me a prompt and I had to pick.
Oh, okay.
And then he just picked 2 and then his sibling picked 2. So
Oh,
that's kind of
nice.
how we did the 8 books.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It was fun. It was kind of nice to not like have the pressure of me picking.
Yeah. Yeah. It yeah. Every time I'm picking books out, like, because my mind is never, it's never just like, oh, let's pick this out. It's like, as soon as I pick a prompt and I read it, my mind's going to, oh, you have this book, you have this book, you have this book.
Yeah, there's like so many options.
And I'm like, stop, I gotta just pick the next prompt. I'll, like, you can do all
Yeah.
that once I stop the video. And then it takes me forever because I'm like, okay. Because I'm not gonna lie, some books I don't know the prompt. Like, I've bought them,
Yeah.
it's been a while, or like I don't know what the trope is.
Mhm.
I just know it's a romance, so I'm like, I don't know. So I got to look through. I got to kind of look in the back, and it takes me forever
Exactly.
to do TBR videos sometimes. So I'm glad tomorrow I can just pick the prompt, and my sister does everything else.
Yeah. It's like you get the day off.
It is anxiety ridden though, because I don't know if she's going to pick my books or if she's going to pick like books she's read. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've got anxiety. It's fine. It's fine. We'll find out tomorrow. Everybody will find out. Because I'll probably upload it tomorrow too, so it'll be up.
Okay, I'm excited.
When is yours? Is yours
I
going to
think
be up?
mine will go up Monday.
Okay.
I'm still editing it.
Okay. You've had a week. It's okay.
Yeah, it's been a week.
Okay. Well, I think that's everything,
Yeah, I think so.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, thanks. I can't even speak. I'm done. Thank you, everybody, for watching tonight. I hope you guys had a fun time. I hope you guys will come back next month on Paige's channel. And we are reading. Which one are we reading? Which one did we decide? Are we
My
doing the Ashley
Darling
Munoz?
Mayhem
Okay.
by
I didn't know
Ashley.
we were. I'm like, oh, is that what we chose? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. My Darling Mayhem, Ashley Munoz, Paige's channel, 7 p.m. March 27th, which is a
Yep.
Thursday.
Yes.
That's a mouthful. But I guess that's it, and I will let everybody go. And thank you guys for watching.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.